if you want to shoot lower scores and drop your handicap, then putting should definitely be part of your practice and your focus. And in this video, I'm going to show you 3 exercises that every single golfer should be doing to help you with your putting. So we know that the shots we hit with the putter during a round of golf make up quite a large percentage of the total shot. So we know we should be spending a fair bit of time and focusing our attention on the putting, but how many of us actually do that? Well, today we're going to show you 3 exercises and drills that you can put straight into your practice routine to really help you with your putting out on the golf course. Now, just before we get started and show you those 3 drills, I have to say a huge thank you to the Warwickshire Golf and Country Club, which is where I'm currently here filming this video, because they've given me access to the golf course whilst the Forest of Arden, where I'm usually attached, isn't yet fully open. This course is absolutely fantastic. Well, actually, they've got 2 courses here. They've got a par 3 course, they've got a driving range, fantastic facility. They've also got a health club, which is over there. Fantastic place. So I'm going to link their website down in the description box. They are taking visitors. If you'd like to come and play one of these fantastic golf courses, head down and click on that link. So putting. What are these 3 drills? Well, drill number 1, which we're going to start with, is really looking at the strike that we put on the shot. So if we would like to hit the ball in the right direction, and we definitely want to do that. If we'd like the ball to go the correct distance, again, we'd like it to do that. And if we'd like to get that ball rolling efficiently, we need to be hitting the ball at the center of the putter, not something that everybody does. It should be, theoretically, fairly easy because it's the shortest stroke that we make on the golf course. But often we see golfers trending towards the toe or the heel, and that can really affect those things that we've already spoken about. So a very simple drill is a gate drill. Now, I'm using these little devices here from Putout. I've got the Putout mat, and these come with that to help you with your putting stroke, but you can use T-pegs, you can use something that's in your golf bag, and you can get a little bit imaginative. So very simply, you place the putter in behind the golf ball, and then you place a couple of gates on the outside and the inside of the putter. And as you can imagine, you can make this harder or easier depending on your level. I've given myself a little bit of a gap on the toe and the heel. And all I'm going to try and do here is very, very simply, I'm going to hit putts where I'm looking to miss the gate. If I can miss the gate, then that gives me the indication that I hit the ball out the center of the putter. The putters these days are incredibly forgiving, and you can start to hit the toe and heel and maybe not be aware of that. However, with this little setup here, if I were to make a contact which was a little bit, let's say, out the heel of the putter, I'm going to get some feedback straight away because the marker has moved. Notice how that golf ball has finished incredibly short. Now, someone who hasn't got particularly good touch and feel might not sense that was at the heel, and they just think they underhit it. Or if they do on the next putt, they hit it much too hard. That putt was short because of where it was struck on the putter, not to do with the amount of energy that I put into the stroke. So the first drill that everybody should be doing is a gate drill. And the beauty with this gate drill is you can do this at home or you can do it at the golf course. It's just very, very good for training your strike. And many of you who've watched golf for a while will know that this is a drill that Tiger Woods does religiously on the putting green. So set yourself up a gate and just hit some putts where we're trying to move the putter through that gate. Exercise number 2 is a start line drill. Let's think about a scenario where you've hit your ball on the green and you've got a breaking putt. It might be right to left as we have here. And you go ahead and you survey that putt and you read the breakers, let's say 12 inches from the right hand side of the hole, and that is a perfect read. Once you've made that perfect read, you have to be able to start the ball on that intended line. It's no good if you read it perfectly and hit the ball left or right of where you aim. So a start line drill is incredibly useful for gaining some feedback, but also training basically your putter face alignment at impact. Again, I've got a device here from Putout. I've got this fairly close to my golf ball. Just going to move that back a little bit. So I've got it probably about a foot in front of my golf ball, which should be a good starting point. Again, if you haven't got something for this, you can use T-pegs and just make them wider or narrower depending on your ability level. And my goal very, very simply here is, can I start the ball on my intended line? Now this is incredibly difficult. So you saw I hit the right hand side of the gate there. So as you say, it's not that easy. Let's have another go. Okay. Can I start it through my gate? And that time, a much better start line because it went through the gate. So what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to learn how to start the ball online. That's pretty important, but I'm also trying to gather some information. So if I'm hitting the gate, are there any patterns? Is it always on the right hand side of the gate? Is it always on the left hand side of the gate? Am I starting to develop any trends in my putting stroke? What you might also like to do is try this little exercise on straight puts, left to right puts and right to left points, and don't be surprised if you see a different pattern. Certainly on those breaking putts, we often find our ability to start the ball online is more difficult because that breaking putt sets some sort of thoughts in our mind, and we often sort of leave the face open because we know the hole is over there, or we close the face because we know the hole is round to our left. So when we have breaking putts, it can really affect our ability to make that kind of neutral, perfect stroke, if you like. But a start line drill is a fantastic way for you to start and improve your putting, and that is drill number 2. And the final exercise that I would get everybody to do during their practice and build it into your practice routine is a green reading exercise. This is again super simple, which is why I've chosen it, but it can really start to help you develop your green reading. What I've done here is I've placed 2 tee pegs on the ground, and they're around about the width of my putter head, give or take. Now what I'm looking to do here is come back probably about 2 to 3 feet, and if I was going to put to this hole here, I need to place my golf ball on that green where I think it would need to be in order to go through the gate and into the hole. So if I do this first one, I'm going to get this a little bit wrong. So what I would do is I'd read the green, and let's say I think this is a pretty straight putt. So what I would do is I'd place my golf ball pretty much directly behind my gate, because I want my ball to go through that gate and then carry on into that hole. Now what I'm looking for here when I hit this putt is I'm looking for 2 bits of information. Number 1, did the ball go through my gate? And then obviously number 2, where did that ball end up? So if I go ahead and take my setup, roll it through the gate, and there is the information that I need. Did that ball go through the gate? Yes. So what that means is the line that I chose, I pretty much started my ball on that line, but you can see it finished excessively left. So that tells me that my read was out. So I've learned a little bit from that putt. Take the gate away and I don't learn as much, because if that gate isn't there, I sometimes think, well, did I pull the ball left, or did I miss aim, or I'm not really too sure why that ball went left. So the goal here is to start to read the green and place the golf ball in a position where it would go through the gate and into the hole. So this time I reckon this is probably a good 2, maybe 2.5 feet of break. So I've placed my golf ball somewhere different. You can now see how if it went through that gate, it would have to severely break left to go in the hole. And now I'm looking to do the same thing. Can I start it through the gate? Yes, but this time it breaks. And on that particular one, I slightly overread the break, but a much, much better putt. So what we're starting to do with this little exercise is we're starting to attach a start line, which is what we did in our other little exercise, and starting to attach that start line to a read. So we're starting to learn how to read the greens better, and we're starting to learn how to start the ball on that intended line. If you can do those things, you can start to become a better putter. So what have we worked on in this video? We've worked on strike, we've worked on start line and green reading. The one we haven't touched on is pace control. Now the reason I haven't chosen that for this video is because on the golf course, that's often the easiest to assess. It's very, very easy to see whether it's short or long. So that's feedback we're often getting all the time. These drills are giving us feedback that we very often don't get on the golf course, and that's why it's really useful for practice, because feedback when you're practicing is absolutely key and essential. We need that whenever we're undertaking a practice session. So those are 3 drills I would encourage every single golfer to build into your practice routine, because they can significantly help your putting. Thanks for watching. Usual stuff is down below, comments box down there, like button, also that subscription link. If you're not a subscriber, I would love to be part of the channel. I really believe these videos can help you play some of your best golf. Again, thank you to the Watch Your Golf and Country Club for letting me use these fantastic golf courses, and hopefully we'll see you back here again soon for a future video.